everyone, and welcome back to Lanterns of London, episode 3. It's been about a week since our last session. Today is October 8th, 1888. It's a cold morning. There is a chill in the air. There's a couple of reasons for that. One of them, of course, is the ongoing terror afflicting Whitechapel. There was double murder shortly after our last session. However, it's been a week without any further casualties. That said, a different horror supposedly stalked the night of October 7th, 1888. Multiple people throughout the district reported seeing a strange, tall, thin man jumping between rooftops and scaling buildings. In fact, it's front page of the Whitechapel Gazette this morning. I think we're going to start this week with Edmund. So you're making your way into work and you see a newspaper blowing down the street towards you. And it does that very cinematic thing of catching just under your foot. And you can see the headline, Springheeled's back. There is a illustration of a tall man wearing a high-collared black coat, seemingly leaping between two rooftops. Would you like to read the article?
You want me to read the article out?
You can if you wish. Such as it is.
Yeah. So it's a sensationalist news article, and Springheeled's back, as you said, details the multiple sightings of a tall, thin man, one who can leap across rooftops and scale buildings with preternatural spread. Of particular note, he was spotted by one widow Charlotte Markham at her young daughter Cassie's window, triggering fears of attempted kidnapping. Given the double murder by a leather apron the week before, tensions are high. A smaller article at the bottom of the second page laments the ongoing absence of Sherlock Holmes and speculates that this kind of case would be precisely the kind he is famous for solving.
You've revealed my terrible spelling when you've read that out. Yes, as you walk into work, you can see the Church of St. Hubert looming above the roofs of Whitechapel in front of you. Already there, we see Deacon Nathaniel. What's your morning like, Rena?
What day of the week is this?
We're gonna say it's Tuesday.
We're gonna say it's Tuesday. Tuesday morning would be prayer, breakfast, charity work, and then back to prayer. Probably.
Okay. As Edmund arrives at the church, out of the nave at its back, Father Sullivan comes out. He looks to be in his sort of mid-50s. He's got red hair, sort of strawberry blonde hair that appears to have largely started fading to white. He's very tall, quite thin, and his vestments sort of go down to his ankles. He's wearing the dog collar, same as you. Good morning to you both. How are you?
Morning.
Morning. Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
Have you seen the papers this morning?
I did happen to catch something. Yeah, I saw a headline.
I have a concern. Charlotte, the widow Markham, is a parishioner, and she's already been struggling badly enough with the loss of her husband a few months ago. I was wondering, Deacon, if you might wish to pay her a visit, check in on her.
Of course, Father Sullivan. Yeah, I will. I'll pay her a visit today. A word before I go, if you have the time.
Certainly, you can come back into the nave, if that's all.
Yeah.
Edmund will sort of nod to you, and then retreat back into the church with Nathaniel. He sort of takes you back into, there's a sort of door that goes off the side at the back of the church, into quite modest quarters for himself. He's got a old sort of wooden desk pressed into the corner, a row of bookshelves, and a door that leads back into his personal living quarters. He sort of waves his hand at one of the smaller seats on the opposite side and takes his seat on the other side of the desk. What can I help you with, Nathaniel?
Father, I'm concerned about... You remember what we discussed last time?
I do.
Though I know these things were in defense of the good and kind people of our society, but I promised myself I wouldn't. I want to help people, not hurt people. Is it wise for me to go again if something like this happens again?
I am merely asking you to check on Charlotte's well-being. Though, for what it's worth, I did visit Mr. Cooper yesterday, and he's doing much better. As far as I am concerned, all you did was prevent him from doing further harm against his own interests. As far as I understand it, from speaking to Miss Sato, Mistress Sato, you, in fact, may have played a part in saving no small number of people. I don't claim to understand what was going on. Violence is... I understand the desire to avoid it. That said, if it is in pursuit of just cause and God's will, it is more than justified. For our hands to be still while evil abounds is also a sin.
You're right. I shouldn't let my guilt get in the way of doing what is right for the people. I think
You'll make a very good priest one day.
I do hope so. Thank you, Father Sullivan. I will go.
You're always welcome to my council.
I'm always happy to have it.
Well, I have to prepare for the rest of the day, so
Peace be with
I
you.
appreciate you taking the time. Peace be with you as well.
Then I will head back out.
Okay. Anything further you wish to do at this point, or shall I help someone else?
You can hop to someone else. I will be making my way towards Charlotte, but
Understood. As you're heading out and about to leave the room, actually, the father will go, take Edmund with you, just in case.
of course. Is Edmund still in the church?
Edmund's is in the grounds of the church?
I will go find Edmund before I leave then.
Okay.
What's Edmund doing? Where is
As
Edmund?
you can hear Edmund, because it's relatively early, and from the distance you can hear, his name is Skip and he's walking around the graves with me, helping me find a grave for a family. They died not long ago of cholera. Oh, piss and bones, nothing rhymes with cholera. And at that point, I'm assuming you are then within visual line of sight of him with Skip running around playing at his feet.
It would depend. Have I ever seen Edmund do this before?
It's not unheard of for, if you'll forgive the pun, it is not unheard of for Edmund to occasionally be singing while he works.
Is this something he's ashamed of, or does he just do it and he doesn't care about it?
It's just part of what he does. Whistle
Okay.
while you work and all that.
Okay, sure. Then I'll just walk up to you. If this was something you would try to hide, I think Nathaniel would respect that and wait till you're done singing. But yes.
Okay.
Good. Is it morning? It's morning, right?
It's
Yeah.
morning. It's very early morning.
Good morning, Edmund.
Oh,
I
good
have
morning. Good morning, Dick and Nathaniel.
I have a favor to ask.
Of course.
As you heard, Father Sullivan asked me to go visit the widow Charlotte Markham.
Yeah, of course.
Could you possibly come with me?
Me? Whatever for? I mean, sure, I don't mind going, but I'm just not sure what use I'll be. I mean, and he looks down at his own clothing, which is the clothing of someone who spends his time in graves digging them. I'm not exactly suited for polite company.
You do yourself a disservice, Edmund.
Well, thank you very much. Well, all right then, yeah, if you say so, lead the way. Lead the way, Deacon Nathaniel. That's absolutely fine.
Do you need to finish what you're doing before we head up?
It's fine. It's not a problem. They're not getting any deader.
Of course. Right this way.
No,
then.
no disrespect to the deceased, of course.
Of course.
Cut across to Alice. You have woken up and you're performing. You've just finished performing your sort of daily ablutions, making yourself as pretty as possible. When on your door you hear a gentle, polite knocking.
Come in.
Door opens, revealing in a bright yellow dress, not dissimilar to your own, actually potentially a little bit cheaply made, is Lucy, one of the other people who stays at the same place you do. Morning, Alice. The matron wishes to see you before you go out doing anything today.
Oh, all right. Did she say what it was regarding?
I don't believe that was for my ears. I think it's something probably to do with the newspaper, because she was in one of her moods about it.
Ah, I see. All right, I shall go and see her. Thank you for the warning, I suppose.
No problem. Right, I shall see you. I don't know if you've heard, I might not be around too much longer. There's potentially a suitor, so...
Oh, congratulations!
Yes. I'm very excited. I'm hoping that I get to pick. It seems like they have a couple lined up, so...
Well, a lovely thing like you, I'm not surprised.
Fascinating. Keep doing it.
Only because you deserve it, dear.
Right, well...
But I'll go
yes.
and see the matron now.
Well, I'll come gossip to you about them later.
Oh, please
Right.
do.
She flashes you a wink and closes the door behind herself.
Alice just sort of braces herself and heads off to the study, where I assume the matron is.
Yes. You come into her study. The entire building is beautifully appointed, and as you open the door into this room, she has a beautiful marble detailed fireplace. There are already logs in it burning. She's already clearly been up for a couple of hours, and there are windows looking out over the street. She is sat behind a very large, well-appointed desk. Greying hair, you can tell it was once brown, sort of pulled back into a bun, pushed forward so that it's sort of giving volume and lift. She's wearing a dark purple gown, as is her chosen style, with a beautiful choker at her neck. As she's already working on what look like a series of letters. There is a large pile of paper to her left and a pile of finished missives to her right. However, turned towards you as you enter the room, there is a copy of the Whitechapel Gazette, with again that massive headline, Springheeled back, looming up at you.
Okay, as soon as I enter the room, I turn and I curtsy. Ma'am.
Good morning, Alice. I have
What can I? Sorry. That was me. Please do go on.
I have a piece of work I need you to get done. This, and she just reaches out and taps twice on the headline.
Alice will go pick it up, kind of briefly skim it, and just. Oh, this is
Nonsense, most likely. But specifically, what the nonsense is actually referring to could be a few things, one or two of which might be of interest to me. Please go and find out as much as you can and report back.
understood, ma'am. Right away.
Good girl. Oh, before you go, and she'll reach into her desk and pluck out the familiar small glass vial that she keeps your pills in and puts them on the desk.
Thank you, ma'am.
Quite welcome.
Was there anything else? Or was that all?
She looks up at you briefly for the first time in the conversation. No, that's all for today.
Understood. And she'll just, do another little curtsy and turn to head out.
Oh, and Alice,
Yes, ma'am?
good work last week. I trust you won't disappoint me this time.
No, ma'am. Everything shall be done as you need it.
Good girl.
And she will head out. And as she stops in the hallway, like as she closes the door, she's just going to take a second to sort of dry swallow one of the pills and then slip the vial into her bag.
As you do so, this knot of tension that you weren't fully appreciating was there almost immediately begins to loosen.
And then she's going to gather her things and head out.
Now, Oliviera, and I'm going to say possibly Tristan as well, both of you will have probably seen this headline, Oliviera, because you work around Whitechapel very frequently, particularly with the sick or injured, and a few people will be claiming to have been I don't think anyone's actually claiming to have been attacked by Springheeled Jack. There are a few people who've been claiming a roof tile fell down and hit me on the shoulder. So if you've come into Whitechapel this morning, you've probably treated a few small minor scrapes here and there that may seem associated with it. Both of you will have read this. Would you be interested in looking into it after your experiences the previous week?
I think I'd be interested for the sake of people not being injured by any more roof tiles and for people not succumbing to irrational belief in myth, if I can get to the bottom of it and find it is something else. Something more rational, perhaps. Than
Interesting.
a mysterious man who can leap across rooftops. It's a little fanciful, no?
Tristan, how about yourself?
I think, to his great vexation, something about the events of the previous week has pricked a heretofore unexpected, unknown, and unwelcome heroism somewhere in Tristan's drunken, debaucherous heart. So yeah, I think there's no part of him that would not at least curiously poke at this particular matter.
In which case, then, as our deacon and our gravedigger are walking down towards a particular street on Whitechapel where widow Charlotte Markham lives, I'm going to say that you, as you sort of round a corner heading in that direction, you come across two figures bumping into each other in the street, Oliviera and Tristan.
We really must stop meeting like this.
Why?
Hmm?
I mean, it has been a week. It's not exactly Well, how are you? You looked a
Oh.
little peaky last time we met.
I'm feeling better. New regimen and whatnot.
She's just eyeing him with just open suspicion. It's
He's very
almost
much still got the
frozen in
cane.
place. She's kind of looking up and down as if waiting for, something to happen. She doesn't quite know what to do.
Diagnosis is a little bit unnerving outside of the clinical setting.
I apologize. Unnerving seems to be the order of the day recently.
Indeed.
Oh, look, Mr. Nathaniel. Look, Deacon Nathaniel. It's the lady, the good lady doctor, and oh goodness me, was it Mr. Travis, I believe?
Did you arrange this?
Me?
Yes,
no,
you.
This is coincidence. Or providence, I don't know. You would be the authority on that.
Providence is strong.
Which one are you? You're not a father. Are you a brother? Are you a son? Are you a cousin? Are you one of God's cousins?
Deacon, if you please, Nathaniel, it works just fine.
And we weren't sent here by nobody, Mr. Travis. We were sent here by, we were asked to come and see someone.
So you were sent here by someone. Also, Tristan.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I'll remember that for next time, Mr. Travis. Mr. Tristan, yes.
As you're having this conversation, you see, rounding the corner and coming up the street towards you, a bright red parasol heralding her arrival. Appears to be the 5th member of your band from last time.
I was about to say, Oliviera would at this point be saying, well, all we need now is for another certain lady to join us, and I will no longer count on coincidence, and then rounded the corner.
I'm like, oh heavens. Hello, everyone.
Oh, you are joking.
Oh, good
Heavens
morning,
indeed,
Miss Alice.
perhaps.
Oh, no, I'm not. I mean it. Hello. Lovely to see you all
Not
again.
you.
Dr. Rice, Mr. Carlian, Deacon Wolf, and Mr. What was it? Grimleaf? No, Grimshaw.
Edmund, please. Edmund's fine.
Oh,
I don't
very
trust this.
Trust
this,
what?
as in...
What
What are we all doing here?
I know I don't look particularly as distinguished as your good selves, but I promise there's nothing devious going on here.
Oh, no, I would never suggest that. But while I have you all here, I was wondering, could you point me towards the home of the widow Charlotte Wickham?
Oh, how curious. That's who we're here to see.
You don't say.
Yeah.
What business do you have with...
Well, she is acquainted with the lady of our house, the matron. We heard about what happened, through the newspaper. She wanted me to see if the widow is all right. If there's anything we can do to assist.
We had similar business, so maybe you could join us.
That would be delightful, thank you.
What do you all make to this Springheel?
I mean...
A myth, no?
I mean, after the curiosities that we have seen in the last week, I wouldn't put nothing past anything.
Entirely possible. I was just going to say that I might... Apologies, I'm terribly sorry. You go first.
No. Please, ladies first.
Oh, well. I was thinking that, well, it might not be a creature, but perhaps just simply a man who is very good at scaling rooftops.
Yes, quite. I can think of no curiosities that cannot be explained by rational science, especially those we have witnessed in the last couple of weeks.
We did have our own gentleman jumping across rooftops last time.
I was going to say that there was a matter of some professional jealousy at that moment, because if anyone's going to be leaping from rooftop to rooftop, it should be me. And for nothing as sordid as an abduction, unless they were into that.
I mean, let's not forget young Miss Alice here was also doing some rather impressive rooftop acrobatics.
Please,
That
you,
is
you,
fair.
you flatter me. That was a fluke, little more. Beginner's luck, I suppose you could call it.
Well, maybe one of you is Springheeled and this is all some massive joke. No?
Oh, that's some dark humours. That's some very
Yes.
dark humours, Doctor.
I can quite
I
solemnly
apologize.
promise you that I am not he. Or she, as the case may be. Or it.
I apologize. Much has happened in the past couple of weeks for me to question my stance on things. I fear it has left me feeling rather uncertain.
Well, let's get some certainty then, and let's seek out and speak to the good lady.
Well said.
I agree.
Is there a particular
on.
thing that you're going to say when our motley party arrives at her doorstep?
Oh,
I
I
mean,
don't
the
imagine I'll be
deacon
saying very much at all. I imagine I shall wait outside with Skip.
Has Skip been noticeably present up to
Skip's
this point?
patting behind his heels, yeah.
I think
Huh.
Oliviera would say hello to Skip.
Oh!
I
It's
trust
lovely
you.
to see you again.
Oh! He seems pleased to see you. He is still sort of rubbing himself poisedly between the legs of the deacon and Edmund.
Edmund.
I got there. I got there by myself.
Ah,
Yeah, so at this point, I reckon we would head towards the property.
Yeah.
right.
Absolutely fine. So you can head a little bit ways down the street. What it looks like is effectively there was some sort of land, a strip of land at the side of the end of this sort of terrace of houses that has been turned almost into a small lean-to house. It's not much more than a shack, but for Whitechapel at this time in this era, it's not terrible, particularly for a widow to keep for herself is probably a bit of a stretch, actually. The door is currently closed. You can see, again, there's been, you can see there is sort of 2 floors. There appears to be a window coming out of the roof above. There's no obvious sign of anything that's happened, and there's no crowd, at least at the moment, though. You know, with things like this, they can people's responses to stuff like this at the moment can be a bit heightened, what with the Ripper threat that's been around, or rather at this stage I still think he's still being referred to as Leather Apron.
As we approach the property, I would like to do a notice perception roll, just to see. I'm going to be particularly paying attention to the roof and the external facing upper windows, as well as the ground around, if there's any soft ground around for any impacts or there and anything like that.
Certainly, please make me a perception notice roll.
Let's have a look-see. Yeah. He accidentally closes his eyes the entire time.
Yeah,
I
on
rolled a
roll
7
of-
with no successes.
On no
Oh,
successes,
no.
unfortunately, you do not spot anything that looks like that. You sort of have a quick glance over. It has rained this morning, which might mar any footprints in the sort of small muddy patches that are here and there on the cobbles, but that would make it a little bit hard to spot.
I would probably verbalize that I couldn't see anything from an external viewpoint, just to the collective.
That's all good. If anyone else feels that they would look at that point.
All right, let me just pull up the thing here. Alice is going to make one.
Think specifically this time, Nathaniel isn't having any of that. He is here for the widow Markham, not Arkham, and nothing and nobody else.
I can see you physically struggling not to make a perception check. It's like it's causing you physical pain.
Oh.
I want to see all the things.
The junkie needs his hit.
That said, Alice, I can see you've rolled 12, which is 2 levels of success.
Mhm.
what you see is there is visibly some cracks on the roof tiles near the window on the roof. And you can see there is what looks like an impact onto the mud, a patch of mud near the front of the house. In fact, as you go over and sort of look at it, you can see it's fairly big, sort of shoe print. You sort of look underneath the mud slightly where it's sort of been splattered apart by the feet impacting it. There almost looks to be a crack in the cobblestones. Difficult to tell if that was there before, but it looks like a very heavy impact.
Oh dear. Oh, I was just observing this. I think this is where he jumped down. If what I'm seeing here is correct, he would have been quite a heavy man, but able to jump like that? Alarming.
Oliviera?
Question for the GM. How much would have been reported on Springheeled before this? Like, how much history and kind of knowledge do we have of this figure before now? Before this article?
I would say that would fall under an intelligence occultism role. So if you want to have like sort of foreknowledge of Springheeled Jack, I'd say that probably.
I'd like to see what foreknowledge I have.
May I also make that roll?
Yeah, anyone can make that roll. I will say, unfortunately, I would say that probably Nathaniel specifically, because he's not from London, would be doing a -2 penalty. But
yeah,
I'm not adding anything as a modifier, am I? I'm just doing a straight roll.
Just doing a straight roll.
Cool.
I got 1 level of success.
1 success level here too.
Ooh, 3 levels of success. That is 40.
Can I make a suggestion before I make my roll?
Go on.
In the last couple of years since I've been back, how much gossip would there have been about this particular jumping fellow?
I'm going to say none up until this point. No, this is a thing from... So, out of character, Springheeled Jack was a thing about 50 years prior to this point in time. When he was sort of like a big sensation.
Okay.
No!
I rolled 0 levels of success.
An attempt was made.
I don't know how that's possible.
You have intelligence 0?
Yeah, no. I have a 2 in intelligence.
Oh, with the -2.
Yeah.
With the -2. So you've literally managed to roll like a 1. That's hilarious.
Natural 1.
And is Alice rolling as well?
No, she doesn't know anything about the supernatural. She's coming at this purely from like a, is this a person thing?
Fair. In which case, I will say, like, Tristan and Edmund, you vaguely know that Springheeled Jack was a thing about 50 years ago. It was one of those things that was in all the papers, a bit of an urban legend. You think he was some kind of, like, folk devil? The whole thing of Springheeled, he jumped tall buildings. That was the main part of it. Oliviera would know. Springheeled Jack, again, all of that. This sort of urban legend of the person who could jump between rooftops. Also, though, specifically, he was almost sometimes described as like either like a horned figure, almost demoniac in his appearance, or as just a very tall, well-dressed gentleman. But one thing that was fairly consistent was this idea that he would have almost like burning embers as his eyes, and that when he opened his metallic masked mouth, blue flames would lick out. There were also reports that those blue flames would breathe out a sort of gas that would stupefy people. And he was particularly famous for sort of accosting young women. He never killed anyone or did particular damage, but he would be accused of like sort of shredding women's clothing and doing other things that would outrage public decency, rather than like being particularly violent.
Thank you.
Metal aesthetic for the 1800s.
Yeah, he's very much a folk devil of the time of the early Victorian period.
Given
that would be what you remember.
Given that Alice has pointed out the crack in the stone, I would like to go and inspect it and look at the edge of the crack and how sharp that edge of the crack is. Because if it was an aged crack, then it would be slightly smoother. If it's weathered, then the interior of the crack will be a rougher stone. Like, there will be indicators there that will at least suggest whether it's recent or long aged.
Yeah, I'd say, again, make a perception notice roll, and I'll give Edmund specifically a +2 with this because he spends all of his time, like, in the dirt breaking stones. He would actually recognize this kind of stuff. Yeah, on a level of
One
success.
level of success.
I'm going to say, because you're looking for something that specific, that's all you're going to need. Yeah, that's a very, very fresh crack, and it's right underneath where the heel of one of the boots is.
Okay, I would share that with the collective.
Yeah.
Curious.
So he's either landed with such force it's cracked the stone, or he's left the ground with such force it's cracked the stone. That's mad. How much force must it take to crack stone like that? He's saying it in a very hushed way because he's aware of where he is outside of the property, on the street with people around.
Can I do an intelligence knowledge roll to do the maths on how much force it would take?
Sure you may. Sure you may.
Okay,
Lots.
15, so 4 levels of success.
Lots. It would take lots of force. I'm not going to tell you in joules because I'm just not going to be able to do that maths myself. But yeah, put it this way. It should shatter bone before it cracks. You should shatter bone jumping down that distance before you break rock. And you're not finding a very tall gentleman with broken legs out here this morning, so that does suggest something weird about this, yeah.
I relay that as well.
Curious.
Well then, the game is most assuredly afoot.
Well, I'll wait here with Skip if you folks want to go and have the conversation.
Still not sure exactly what conversation we're having.
I'm here to check up on a poor distressed widow.
Maybe you should start.
Yeah. And Cassie, of course, as well. Young Cassie.
Okay. You're knocking on the door?
Yeah.
Yep.
You knock, there is a brief pause, at which point the door opens. The woman behind it has sort of straw-coloured hair that's sort of falling slightly haphazardly around her head. It's sort of roughly tied back at the moment. She's wearing a long drab dress. I'm so sorry, I've already sold the exclusive to the Gazette. Everyone's been... Oh, sorry, Father. Deacon, sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. How are you?
Come in, please. Come. Who is?
These are my friends and associates, and then I'll introduce them as they walk inside.
A pleasure to meet you. I'm sorry, and you sort of look around, and the place is messy. You can tell the small sort of kitchen area around the fireplace is looking, and the stove is looking haphazard, and like she's kind of in the middle of trying to get on top of the cleaning of things. A little girl is sat in the corner. She's playing with a very sort of threadbare looking wooden doll. The dining table that's in the middle of this room is looking covered in sort of unwashed plates and things. I'm so sorry. I wasn't expecting company.
Not at all.
I'm okay. I'm surviving. Aren't we, Cassie? We're doing okay. And the little girl looks up for a moment. Yes, Mummy. She goes back and starts playing with the doll. She seems quite withdrawn and quiet.
Can I make I'm gonna do the perception notice roll this time, but with empathy added to see.
Yeah.
I just want to see surface level emotions for the both of them.
Go for it.
Did I add a bonus for this or did I not? Let me check. No. Four levels of success. I rolled a 15.
Very nice. Okay, so the little girl is looking quite sad and withdrawn. It's difficult to place. She looks to be about maybe 4 years old, so difficult to sort of place any more sort of complex thoughts on her, but it does just look like she's quite sad and withdrawn. The mother, she is looking harried, worn down. She looks careworn. You would recognise Charlotte Markham. She is a parishioner who's there every week. She used to come with her husband John. You helped the father conduct the funeral. Edmund dug the grave. She has aged a lot in the last 4 or so months. There's also an undercurrent of guilt would probably be the wrong word, like a degree of shame would be what you'd sort of spot. And she will sort of say, I am sorry. I know gossip isn't good. I need to keep paying the rent, and they offered money when they heard about Charlotte seeing him. Not Charlotte, Cassie seeing him a couple of nights ago.
Please, you're doing what you can for your family. I'm not here to judge. I'm here to help.
Thank you, Deacon. I'll get the kettle on. Does anyone want tea or anything?
I'm quite all right, thank you. But would it be all right if I spoke to Cassie?
Oh, of course. She'll be enchanted by a lady looking like you.
Oh, thank you. So Alice is just going to sort of like carefully walk over and just sort of like, I assume Cassie is sitting like on the floor?
Yes.
Well, she's gonna kneel down to her level and just be like, "Hello there.
Oh, hello.
My name is Alice. Yours is Cassie, yes?
Yes, my name.
Oh, lovely to meet you, dear. What does your doll there have a name?
Yes, I've called her Helen.
Oh, that's a beautiful name for an especially lovely little lady.
Yeah, you're saying that. You're seeing like the painted face has been rubbed off, like the hair's coming out of the doll. It looks like it's falling to pieces.
Are you playing house with her or something similar?
Well, just we're having a tea party.
Oh, wonderful. I used to have those all the time. How are you feeling today? Well?
I'm okay.
That's good. I do dislike it when lovely little things like yourself are very sad. So I'm glad. And of course, if there is anything that you were sad about, of course, no one would fault you. And we would all be very glad to help you with it.
Maybe a willpower influence roll.
Okay. Oh, I've been waiting for this. So I add on the 4.
Is this your perception? Is this what this is?
This is my
This is his emotional support combo.
Oh my goodness, look at these rolls.
Very
That's
good.
a roll of 16 for 4 success levels. Cassie will just sort of lean forward and sort of grab onto like a little curl of her strawberry blonde hair as she does it, and she goes, "Mommy doesn't like it when my friend comes to visit, and she was very upset with me."
Oh,
And there were big scary men here before, and they were asking me all these questions about him.
oh, darling. I understand. I'm sure your mother was just concerned. I'm sure she still loves you very much. That's why she was concerned. And the men, too, were likely just worried about you. You're a very precious little thing, and none of them would have wanted any harm to come to you. Would you mind telling me more about your friend?
Well, I mean, I don't know him lots, but he comes and checks in on me at the window.
Oh. Is he some sort of bird? Or a man?
No, he's not a bird, he's a man.
Well, you never know. Birds have a lot to say, you know, all that tweeting.
I can't speak to birds. Can you speak to birds?
Oh, I so often wish I could. I do sing, but that's about it.
Oh, Mummy used to sing a lot. She has a really lovely voice.
Oh, I should love to do a duet with her someday.
Oh, she'd love that. Well,
Out of curiosity, little one, how long has your friend been visiting you?
very he's been coming a few weeks. Shh, Mummy doesn't know.
Don't worry, it'll be just between us, our little secret.
No, he just comes in and checks in on me at the window.
When you say check in, do you mean he just looks inside, or does he speak to you?
He tries. He's spoken to me a couple of times, but I don't really understand.
Oh. Is it hard to understand him? Does he wear a mask, or...?
He's got a very shiny face.
You don't say. Well, he sounds like a lovely friend to have. I know sometimes, especially in certain circumstances, things can be lonely. You must be very glad to have a friend like him. Well, thank you for telling me that. And if you think of anything else that you want to tell me about your friend, or even just about you yourself, please feel free. Actually, while I have you here, you seem like you're growing up to be a lovely young thing, a lovely lady. So, and she's going to reach into her bag, and she's going to pull out her spare pair of gloves, and just sort of hand them over. Here, from one lady to another.
Oh, they're so beautiful. And she'll like try and put them on. And, like her hand basically goes into like she can like turn it into like a little claw because they're so big. But she's immediately like puts them on. And you can like behind you sort of the deacon and everyone will sort of see like Charlotte sort of looks over her shoulder and looks like momentarily like looks pleased, but in that slightly harried way of, I'm going to have to keep those clean, aren't I?
Well,
How
I
much
have to
of
go.
that? Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
I was just going to ask how much of that we'd have overheard.
I'll say that you could probably hear like the initial parts of the conversation. If you want to have heard like the whispered bits, I'd say that's going to have to be a perception notice roll.
Okay, I'm happy to roll that, but please go ahead and...
Well, I have to go and talk to my friends over there. But you can come and talk to me if you need.
Thank you,
And-
Alice.
Not a problem. And should you ever need me for any reason, and she's going to just sort of lean in and tell her the address of the finishing house, or finishing school, more like.
Yeah.
You could find me there. All right?
Okay.
And
That
she's
is
going to
Zero
stand back
levels of success on that notice roll for Olivia,
Yep,
unfortunately.
that was an 8. Yeah.
But while this conversation's been happening, and you've all been talking with, talking at maybe Charlotte, because she's currently busy trying to make tea and sort of hurriedly trying to, if not tidy, hide evidence of how dirty the house is. I would like, actually, Olivia in particular, to please make me a doctor plus perception roll.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Doctor plus perception. Okie dokie. That's a 13, that's 3 levels of success.
On those 3 levels of success, your eye catches something, particularly the way that Charlotte's moving. As she's sort of bending over the stove and the way her dress hangs, she's starting to show.
Oh.
I think she might be pregnant.
Okay. How certain am I of this?
About 90. This is also there's also a particular when she's sort of working and sort of bends over the stove, her hand sort of instinctively goes to kind of alleviate the pressure as she moves, which is something specifically you've seen pregnant women do before.
Okay. I think I would kind of very gently take her to one side and...
Oh, no, I'm all right. I don't need any help.
It's okay. I couldn't help noticing your... I'm a doctor. I couldn't help noticing your condition. If there's anything you ever need, please let me know and take care of yourself. Okay? You're going to be wonderful at this. And...
Oh, make me a perception notice roll as you say that.
Okay. I'm nervous now. Perception notice.
And you see the Vietnam flashback happening.
Oh,
right?
that is 4 levels of success on 16.
When you say you're going to be amazing at this, she visibly cracks. Like you can see tears come into her eyes and just... that's so kind of you. I don't want... Yasin can't know. She love a little brother or sister, but I just can't afford... With John gone, I couldn't... I'll be having to give the little one up, so if you can not mention it, please.
Of course.
How do you take your tea?
I don't say anything further, but I kind of place a hand on her arm. And Oliviera has banked this for later and is figuring out capital letter schemes to try and make stuff easier for this family, with the hope that this won't have to be the inevitable conclusion.
Understood. Well, we can definitely circle to that. That's
This has hit her somewhere, and she wants to do her best to help out.
I completely understand that. Okay. For the Deacon and for Tristan, is there anything that you would like to look at? Anything you'd like to do while sort of Charlotte's busy in the kitchen and Alice is speaking to Cassie?
I have a weird proposition I want to make you. I've been thinking about this since she started making tea. Can I use my bonus for, what's it called again? Elementary observation to have a look at this house and see small messes or little jobs that I can do while she's making tea to just like ease a little bit of her burden. Just anything that is small and doable while she's making tea to just like...
That is incredibly wholesome. I will let you just have that.
So cute.
You're kind of stealthing around in precisely like her blind spot and tidying while she's busy.
Yeah.
Tristan?
I was actually going to do something similar, which is there an amount of money that would be significant but small enough that she might have forgotten that she put it somewhere?
I think like if it's coppers or like maybe like a shilling, maybe. Yeah. Like that's about a week's pay, but conceivably it's the sort of thing that might have been squirreled away for a rainy day at some point, and she wouldn't have realized.
He's just gonna slip it into like a cupboard or somewhere like that.
Understood. while you're all just sort of beneficently, like slowly doing the Mary Poppins bit in this house, outdoors, Skip and Edmund, is there anything that Edmund and Skip are looking at doing?
Yeah, so while we've been outside, I've been kind of just working with Skip on some of his commands, and a thought has occurred to me to get Skip to have a bit of a sniff around the crack and the mud, and just to see if he has any kind of a reaction at all. I'm not expecting much, but it's just as part of the work that I've been doing with Skip.
Yeah. Interestingly, I'm gonna, give me 1 moment. I'll do a little roll for this. It's perception notice. +3 because he's using his nose. And he is a dog. Oh, 5 levels of success for Skip. Now, interestingly, Skip sniffs at the sniffs around, and he does the sort of snuffling sound that you're used to doing when he's really getting his nose in there, and then he kind of comes away and does like a quiet yip and sort of paws at his nose momentarily. It's what you've seen him do, particularly in the graveyard when he smells something. Well, he smells one of the people going into the graveyard. It's a response specifically to that.
Noted and understood. I will back pocket that information.
Okay. Back inside, a large sort of copper kettle starts to whistle on the on the stove, and she sort of grabs a tea towel, plucks it up, and starts pouring into a bunch of chipped and misshapen and mismatched mugs. Right. Sorry, please take a seat. Just, thank you, Deacon, and thank you for bringing your friends as well. It's nice to have a full house, actually. It's been so long. And she'll sort of be pouring out the tea for everyone.
I'm helping her wherever I can, I think.
Yeah.
Just encouraging her to sit down, saying I'll take over, tea duties and all the rest of it.
Yeah. She tries to sort of wave you off, but then you sort of see the exhaustion hit her, and she does sort of take the opportunity to sit down. Thank you, Deacon, for coming by. I do appreciate it. Is there anything you wanted to know? And if it's just check-in, then I'm happy to just have the cup of tea and sit down for a minute.
I mean, anything you saw would be helpful in making sure that nobody disturbs your family again. But if you'd rather not, I understand.
No, it's all right. I mean, I told it to the paper, so... She'll sort of glance over at Cassie momentarily. I put Cassie to bed. And I thought I heard something. I thought she was out of bed, and she does that sometimes, particularly since she's not been sleeping as well. And I always have. But I went up to check on her. She was at the window, and there was just this face looking in at her. It wasn't... I couldn't see it right. And I don't... No, I'm not saying it was it's not any of this nonsense that the people from the papers were asking. It was wrong, but I can't place how. It was just very, very plain. Very pale, but I couldn't see him well. It was dark, and I only had the moon to go off. But he was right there. Over the glass, she'd have been inches from him, and Lord help me, she was trying to reach the latch. That thing had got in. If he got in, I don't. I mean, what if it's him? What if it's Leather Apron? What if he wants her? Or when it was me and John, it wasn't. It's just me. And what if I can't look after her? What if I can't take care of her?
Kristen reaches out a hand, but specifically, offers it, but does not put it over her hand unless she does. We can say with at least some certainty, if it's any consolation, it's not Leather Apron. We are privy to certain facts. He has been dealt with, so.
What? That's. I'm going to say you're going to need to make a willpower influence roll to sell that particular fib.
Is it a fib?
Well, yeah, because Jack the Ripper is very much still in the world and no one has caught him as yet.
No, I thought Leather Apron was...
No, Leather Apron is specifically the name that Jack the Ripper was being called in the press at the time. Sorry, I can see why that would be confusing.
Okay, yeah, because I know. So then I would not have said that.
That's fair. We can retract that one. I can see why that's confusing, but no, that was not an intentional illusion. But if you offer your hand to her, she will sort of reach out and sort of grip it. I've never lived on my own. I came straight from my mum and dad's and moved in with John. And I don't know, with everything I've already been so scared, and then to just see it's your worst nightmare. Someone trying to take you, little, and I don't. She told me she's seen him before and that he's fine and that he's a friend, but that just means he's been here before and I've not known. I didn't hear. I just don't know what to do anymore.
Nothing. There's nothing you need to do. You're doing everything. You're doing well. We will help you.
Thank you, Doctor.
May I take a look at the room where he was allegedly seen?
Oh, of course you may. Please, he's right up there. And she points to the staircase in the corner, which is very sort of thin and rickety. You can tell, again, this is sort of built onto the side of another house. You can kind of tell that elements of its construction were almost an afterthought. The very narrow staircase is definitely one of those.
Can we skip to Edmund for just a moment?
Yeah, of course.
So, Edmund is outside and he's looking at the footprint, or he has been looking at the footprint in the ground and the direction that the toes are pointing. And he's looking at the buildings that are around and trying to work out an approximate direction that this character would have gone in had he leapt from the ground in that particular direction. He's also looked around and grabbed a little bit of the corner of what a roof tile or something tile-like, and he's probably staying within reasonable distance of the front door of the property, but he's also wanting to go to a couple of the neighbours' properties in that direction and just knock on the door to see if anyone is in.
Certainly. The sort of house opposite, so it's sort of there's a street that goes down this is on a corner. Opposite this house there is sort of another end terrace. There's a shop front in the bottom of it, just like a general shop, so sort of general goods, and it does look like it's currently open. And knowing the way this is usually set up, that they probably live in the almost the flat above the shop.
Cool. Yeah, I'll go into the shop.
Morning. Looks to be a slightly older man.
Good morning. I'm so sorry to impose. I work for the church, and we had a gentleman who advised that somebody had been injured by a falling tile. And it was one of my concerns is that there's somebody who might have a tile missing from their roof, and obviously with the weather being the way it is, don't want anybody having any issues. I believe it was last night. I just wanted to check, did you happen to hear anything on the roof that might have knocked off a couple of tiles? I just don't want anyone to have any problems with water ingress or anything.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about... Yeah, come with me. And he'll sort of step from behind the counter and sort of walk back towards a set of stairs going up towards... Yeah, we had him. He hopped onto our roof last night. This Springheeled Jack fellow's back, apparently. I don't know that I believe it. I don't know that I believe it. As you're sort of walking up, there's a window at sort of the top up as going past. So this man's quite short, bald. He's got very sort of wide ears, and as you're sort of walking up, they both sort of glow slightly with the sunlight coming through them from in front of you. And he's sort of gesticulating. Oh, I think it's all made up. It's all made up. He's not. He wasn't really in the first place. So it's just some delinquent who's been climbing up drain pipes and whatnot. But obviously, in the retelling, it becomes he can jump roof to roof and all this nonsense.
Well, I mean, say what you like. The main thing is that I don't want anybody to have any leaks because of him knocking off tiles. So whether he's some glorified, magical man, or whether he's just some loon who's jumping up on roofs, don't make much of a difference. He's still knocking off tiles, isn't he?
That's very sensible, young man, and I agree with you entirely. Now, if you get to the sort of top of the stairs, and he points up at the roof. Now, I have actually got some damage. I can't tell if... I think there's a tile missing up there, but it's that beam I'm worried about. You can tell there is a cross beam holding up the roof above, and you can see how it's visibly cracked and the roof is sagging a little bit above it. And judging by the sort of trajectory of where his feet were pointing, that if he did leap from the ground up to there, that is probably where he would have landed.
Cool. Oh, that looks like something we should definitely get checked out. Yeah, the last thing you want is some big storm coming in and just taking the roof away. Okay, well, I'm not really in a position to be able to fully do an assessment myself. So what I'll do is I'll have a conversation with my colleagues, and we will probably be in touch to see what the damage is and what the situation is there to be able to get that rectified for you. It looks all right to my eye as it stands right now. Obviously, I'm not an expert, but I will certainly take note of this, and I will make sure we follow up on this.
Well, yeah, if we get any help fixing it, that'd be grand.
Of course. Thank you so much for letting me in.
Well, thank you. No, of course. Now, sorry, I've got to get back to the shop. But
of course.
Can I have the sort of reaches out for the tile?
Oh yes, of course. It's only a fragment of it because obviously it fell and broke when it landed, so it's not going to be much good to you. But it is the same sort of tile, isn't it?
It does look it, doesn't it?
Looks it to me. Okay. I'm just glad that we worked out where it came from. I wouldn't want anyone else to get hurt or, as I say, water damage or anything like that in this sort of weather.
No, of course. I'll get a pad under it if I have to. No, I mean, just good timing, isn't it? Anyway, yes, sorry, got to get back to the shop.
Of course, and myself. And with that, we'll leave.
Yeah, and we'll cut across the streets to at the top of this rickety staircase. Oliviera, you managed to sort of scramble your way up.
Yep.
It's a very low ceilinged room. The ceiling sort of slants away from the house this is joined onto, and you can see underneath there's you can see the bottom of the tile effectively, and again a crossbeam holding it all up. There's a window box window built out of the roof that seems to be the one that Charlotte was referring to. Because of the slant of the roof and the fact that it's quite a low ceilinged room, you do see that if she was stood up, Cassie could probably almost reach the latch on the window because it's so low. You can see there's, on one side of this room, there is a fairly decent double bed, which clearly would have been Charlotte and John's. And on the other side, there's a smaller cot that you presume is where Cassie sleeps.
Okay. I'd like to examine the window and kind of like the surrounding area, please.
Yeah, please make me a perception notice roll.
Okie dokie. Notice perception. That is a 14. That is 3 levels of success.
Very nice. You're rolling very well today. There's no obvious damage to the window.
Okay.
At least not on the inside. As you sort of crane your head to look out, you can see some of the roof tiles immediately in front of it do look to be cracked. You would need to open the window to examine in more detail though, but it does look like they are more worn than the ones around them, certainly. Just before we go any further, has anyone else come up into this room with Oliviera?
Kristen has not, because from the sound of it, he is afraid that his weight would break it.
This is valid.
Okay.
Could open the window to try and get a look as well.
Yeah. Kind of tempted. Yeah. I'm going to open the window and have a look.
Okay. On your 3 levels of success, you sort of open the window, and as you push it out, your fingers feel something sort of rough. You sort of run your fingers along and realise the wood of the frame actually feels a little bit chipped and worn, as though someone's tried to work something underneath it, or a tool, to get at the latch.
So as if someone's tried to open it from the outside.
It does seem that way, yeah.
Okay. Is there anything on the window pane itself? Any markings? Any kind of...
Not that you can see.
Not that I can see.
That's just my using GM language. I'm not necessarily hinting at anything.
No,
It's just the way I
that's
talk.
fine. I'm going to use the sight.
Okay. Using the sight, one, I need to knock off your hit points. As you
3, was it?
start getting that 3, as you start getting that immediate sort of throbbing in your temples. You can't see anything. Not on the window, not on the tiles. There's no residue that you would associate with your disability that you can see.
Okay. Is that in itself something that's weird, or would I expect that?
That would be the norm. Not seeing anything is the norm. It's usually so the way your ability obviously works is that you can see things that you're now maybe coming to slowly realise might be indications of the supernatural, of magic. So for mundane objects, you wouldn't necessarily expect to see anything. With people, you can see their aura. You can see sort of nimbuses of colour that might indicate someone's mood or other things about them. For just mundane objects like this, you wouldn't expect to see anything in particular.
Can I see where the tiles have been disturbed from here? Is there anything there at all? Or like on the ground, if I can see down to where the crack was.
Looking, if you sort of lean out and look down, you can see this is almost a straight drop down to that. There's a small lip of roof, and then a straight drop down to that sort of spot where you spotted the footprints and the indentations. It does look like there is scratching, again, around that sort of base of the window, which looks like it would be done with some sort of metal tool.
Okay. Anything in the rest of the room?
Nothing that you're seeing with the site. And doing a quick investigation, there are some clothes in a chest of drawers. There's a chamber pot underneath the double bed. It's the things you would have expected to find in this room.
Right. I'm going to. How long does the site last again?
A scene, roughly, so it varies, but you've got it for a fair few minutes yet.
Cool. I'm going to put my glasses on to hide my eyes. I'm going to head back down the stairs, and I want to see if there's anything I'm getting from the rest of the house, people's auras, that kind of thing.
Everyone's auras look fairly normal. The only thing that I would say that you spot immediately that jumps out at you as glowing is there seems to be a small pouch hanging around Tristan's neck that is currently glowing with a faint sort of like blue-green light from the inside.
Okay, I bank that talk to Tristan about later. But nothing on the little girl, nothing on the doll, nothing on anything around
Nothing
her.
on the little girl, nothing on the doll, nothing on her mother.
Basically, what Oliviera... Sorry, go on.
There's nothing else that's jumping out at you.
What Oliviera is trying to do is determine if this visitor is a repeat visitor. Why? Why does he keep coming back here? What is it about this girl, this place that is attracting this person or being back? But it seems like there's nothing out of the ordinary, so it must center on him rather than on them. Just wondering if there was any way the little girl was inviting him to come and visit, any kind of like summoning, anything like that.
There's certainly no evidence of any sort of supernatural engagement like that.
Okay, cool. I take some painkillers and let it go.
All right. Anyone else want to do anything else while they're here? Is there anything anyone wants to ask of Charlotte? Is there anything anyone wants to ask of Cassie?
Did you take those pills upstairs or downstairs?
Downstairs.
Did you try and hide it like last time or no?
I don't think so. I think she'd have done it very, very quickly.
Okay.
Just very deftly. Just.
Yeah.
It could easily have been as if she was just wiping her mouth or something. But it's something that you could potentially notice. Yeah.
If you would like to make a perception notice roll to spot it, I will give you that.
Why would he ever want to make a roll like that?
I would love to.
It's sleight of hand rather than obscuring.
Yeah.
If that
4
makes
levels
sense.
of success.
Yeah, you spot to take a pill. You spot to take a pill. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, her eyes keep catching the light weird behind her glasses.
Yeah, I did see that last time as well.
You did.
Okay.
I'd like to ask something out of character, just because I was wanting clarification on something. When you say aura, do you mean just like our living auras, like the fact that we are alive, or?
Yes, it's kind of it's sort of bands of colour that surround the people that are being seen. They can indicate things like mood. Particular people tend to have ones of particular colours that indicate their overall temperament and personality.
Okay, I was just wondering because Alice has Iron Mind, so I wasn't sure if she would actually see an aura from Alice.
That would be something that would be seen because it's a projection. It's not something that would give like acute insight into her mind or anything like that.
Okay, cool. Just double checking on that. Thank you.
No worries. Anything else in the house of Charlotte Parker? Okay. In which case, then we will cut to everyone sort of having had tea with. Oh. Yes, right.
No, I thought you were going to say we're cut to everyone leaving, but as we're leaving, I would like to say something. So if you're getting to that, I'll just let you keep going.
No worries. Charlotte seems really grateful for the opportunity to just talk to people and not be alone and feel supported in this. Cassie seems to start to brighten slightly, particularly after the conversation with Alice, and is sort of sat more towards the table and playing a bit more happily with her doll. As sort of the brief meeting comes to a close, you're able to sort of get up and say your goodbyes, confident that you've at the very least made a difference.
I'd like to reassure Charlotte as we're leaving that I'm going to do what I can to help.
She'll sort of smile slightly water.
I know she probably doesn't believe me,
smile,
but yeah.
And as Alice is leaving, she's going to sort of turn to Charlotte and just almost put out her hand for a handshake. And if Charlotte takes it, which I'm guessing she might.
will, slightly awkwardly, because that's not normal between women at this particular time in history.
Yeah, absolutely. But as she does, Alice is going to sort of press like a shilling into her hand. Buy the little girl something nice.
Oh no, miss, I can't.
You can and you will.
Thank you.
Not a problem. And I told Cassie this as well, and she's going to give her like the address of the finishing school, and it's like, if you do need anything, even if it's just a nice chat, you can find me there.
Thank you so much, miss. That's really kind of you.
Oh, not at all. And she'll, join the others.
Yeah. Anyone else want to say anything before they leave?
Tristan just tips his cane to her on his way out.
She sort of awkwardly sort of semi-curtsies, not really knowing how to respond.
No, you don't have to. It's fine. Okay.
Deacon, thank you so much for coming. I do appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Just remember, the worst thing we can do in dire times is try and bear things alone.
That's true. Thank you. Truly.
Anytime.
Thank you. Sort of briefly puts a hand on your forearm and squeezes it. If anything happens, I will let you know.
Okay. If I have the time, I might be back.
We're always happy to see you.
Okay.
Say goodbye, Cassie. And Cassie sort of stands up and comes out the door. Bye! Boy! She's like dragging the doll behind her. You can kind of see why. She's dragging it by the foot. You can kind of see why it's looking quite threadbare.
Oh, bless.
And as you sort of head out, you can come across Edmund, who's sort of done his sort of little explorations, and Skip, who has stood stone still with a very small treat balanced on his nose and is looking incredibly sternly at it, cross-eyed.
That is impressive.
Does Cassie come to the door as well to see them off?
Cassie comes to the door, yeah.
Okay. In that case, as she stood looking at the dog, Edmund will take the treat off of Skip's nose and just stand back up, hand the treat to Cassie, and say to Skip, "Parrot!" And Skip will jump from the ground up to his shoulder and manage to balance on his shoulder. And then he'll duck down so that Cassie can give Skip the treat.
She'll sort of light up in a way none of you have seen until this moment, clap enthusiastically, and then sort of throw the treat up, at which point Skip will sort of duck down and catch it in his mouth and then slide back down your back. There is a briefest moment when you take the treat off his nose that he looks at you with the most profound sense of betrayal.
Aww. Baby.
Even Charlotte actually laughs, and it's the first time you've seen her smile.
Aww.
Most unusual canine you have there.
He is the goodest of boys, isn't he? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, he's very good, yes.
Oh, not at all. The little fellow is very intelligent.
But Skip doesn't have the lowest intelligence score in the party.
Oh my god. That's...
Anyway.
Wow.
Between us, we make a whole person. Cool.
Oh. Okay.
So, Charlotte says her goodbye as the door is closed, and you are left on the street with no information.
Well, I hope that your conversation got what you wanted, because I managed to find some stuff out here.
Really?
Do tell.
Yeah.
So, you see that shop there? Chap who owns that. I didn't get his name, did I?
No.
No. The chap who owns that lives in the bit above. He had some tiles come off his roof last night, and one of the cross beams inside, one of the beams inside, big bits of wood, proper got a good old crack in it as well.
That's concerning.
Well, I thought it was interesting because that footprint there, it points in that direction and all, which is why I thought maybe he might have, if he has this Springheeled thing, whatever, maybe that was a way in which he was able to get to the roof.
Not impossible. I wonder, are there more further down the way?
I mean, it's possible. Also, Skip reacted really peculiarly when I got him to smell around that footprint. So he does this thing, and you're going to think it's weird given what I do, but he does this thing where if he smells a particular type of corpse, it's got a particular odour. It's almost like, oh, I don't know, it's like rotten mushrooms. You know what I mean? You know the smell of rotten mushrooms when they've been sat in the sun for a good week and a half? You get that waft of mushrooms, that moist, rotten mushroom smell. So that, you get that around bodies of a particular type. And whenever he smells that, he generally always has this like reverse sneeze thing where he goes, and he tries to like get the smell out of his nose. He did the same with the foot, with the mark around the footprint and the crack in the ground. He had that same reaction. It's really weird.
Are you suggesting that this was done by a mushroom man, or that this was done by a corpse?
I don't know. I'm just trying to share information, which I will point out, I'm the only one who's said anything so far of information, so feel free.
I think at this point,
Well.
Oliviera would go and examine the crack in the ground.
I will say you can find similarly to what you've been pointed out to you. It's a very clean and fresh looking crack.
What am I noticing in terms of scent?
Smell wise, okay, that's fine. You also have the smell of corpses. Make me a perception notice roll.
Okay. Perception notice. 1 level of success on a 9.
There's a momentary scent of something, and it's not just sort of death. It's not that smell of a cadaver. There's something else that you recognize, but you can't quite put your finger on it. You've definitely smelled it in that context of like being in a morgue. You almost get
Kind of like maybe
imagery.
formaldehyde or something?
Yeah, it does smell a bit like embalming fluid almost. Not quite, but it's a similar scent.
Oliviera stands up and is silent and just kind of looks at the crack in the floor. Like nothing else is happening here at the moment. Just kind of like looking at it.
Miss Hawthorne?
It's like Charlotte was saying. Cassie was saying that he'd been coming to her for some weeks. Apparently, he tried to speak to her, but she couldn't make anything out. She said he had a shiny face, which I can only assume means he was wearing some sort of metal mask?
Well, it was raining last night.
True, but...
Charlotte
Also-
said the face looked wrong.
Edmund is going to self-consciously look around. How busy is the street and how loud are we being?
I'd say you're having a regular conversation. The street isn't particularly busy just yet, but I'm going to say because you look, you do spot someone who does appear to have like a notepad who's sat on a stoop, like a couple of houses down, with a view of this house, and is clearly sort of like taking notes and occasionally glancing over at you.
Cool. It might be worthwhile that we vacate and go somewhere else.
Oh.
If you will look to that direction.
Oh.
Yeah. Time to shuffle
on. You're able to actually sort of shuffle off down. It's sort of getting by this point to very late in the morning, almost towards lunchtime. And your stomachs are starting to growl ever so slightly. As you come around the corner, you can see down the way there appears to be like in fact, a few of you live around here. Mrs. Monday's Pies is around the corner from here, and she's particularly good lunch, cheap but decent. She's opposite the old abandoned matchstick factory.
Sounds good. Might be able to see if she's heard anything about this visitor.
Okay, is that where you're all headed? Grand. In which case, you're able to go down and sort of, as you head in, there is a very, I'm trying to think of a nice way for this. There is a very jolly woman behind the counter who is wearing a large sort of canvas apron. Oh, come in, please take a seat, please take a table. We have our lunch deal on right now, the Springheeled special. 2 pennies will get you a pork pie and a sandwich, along with a beverage of your choice.
Does that bring the customers in?
She looks around at the empty shop. Not as such, but I'm trying it out because, well...
What have you heard about the recent resurgence of our mythical friend?
Only what's been in the papers.
Supposedly he was on this very street.
Well, supposedly he was above this very street. I didn't hear anything the night, but to be honest, I have my husband snoring. I'd be surprised if the roof caved in and I heard it. Anyway,
Quite.
Lunch. Lunch. The dog. Lunch.
Oh no! We're okay. We had a good breakfast before we came out. Well, I did.
Oh.
Skip looks up at you and asks.
Yeah.
Very much the side eye.
4 lunches, and she sort of just goes back behind the counter.
Three is fine, thank you. I'm perfectly all right. Although, if you could bring me a glass of water, that would be lovely.
Yeah, right. And she sort of disappears back into the kitchen.
I have a question before we proceed. What kind of living do I have?
I'd say you have. I mean, I believe you actually have like the perfectly like level to degree of resources where you could probably afford to buy lunch.
Okay.
Fairly frequently. Yeah.
I'll actually take her up on the special.
Okay, yeah. So she comes out. She does come out essentially with a sandwich of the day and a pie and a big pot of strong tea. It's low tea. It's a fairly standard meal for workers.
Mm-hmm.
And sort of like, right, if you need anything else, I will be back there reading my book. And she sort of just goes back behind the counter and pulls out what's quite clearly just a magazine filled with penny dreadfuls.
So what do you all make to this?
Well, nighttime visitor could be a lot of things.
Tristan says with his mouth full of sandwich and or pie. It could be many things, but how many of them could crack the ground like that?
Something very strong, something...
Something with bones that are not quite human.
Metallic, something metallic. Shiny face. A machine?
A machine shaped like a man?
Uh-huh.
Or similar. She did say that it seemed wrong.
Something brought back wrong. Olivia is just kind of muttering to herself.
Nathaniel's gonna start eating his pie, but slide the sandwich towards Edmund. Just not saying anything. He'll just like move it towards you. Would a child want to speak with a machine?
Child speaks with dolls. I can't imagine why they wouldn't want to speak with a machine.
She did say she couldn't understand him, though.
GM question. Do we know when she became a widow?
I don't think you would personally, but certainly because they were involved in preparing for the funeral, John Markham did die, I believe it was about 3 months ago.
Okay.
We write in the. I'm assuming, given the timing of his death and her beginning to show, it's reasonable to assume he would be the father.
Yes. That would line up. Granted, you didn't see the fact she was pregnant, so.
No. That's just me, just kind of
out of
non-character.
character, absolutely. Yeah.
So, we've got metal face of some kind, or something metal or shiny. We've got some kind of mechanism that breaks stone. Don't let this chap stand on you. We've got an obsession with a young girl trying to get in, and she thinks he's friendly, but the mother doesn't. And we've got, he does seem to in fact be leaping between buildings. And
as per your own
death.
Yes.
I mean, that's not the most impossible thing to get Skip to try and track, I suppose, but he will not like that.
But no.
Perhaps we could get him some treats as compensation.
I mean, he will never say no to a treat.
At the sound of the word treat, he is suddenly sort of sat perfectly upright and staring at you all.
I've already got a tiny piece of the sandwich in hand, ready to give him as soon as it's said, which I have, throughout the course of the conversation, very slowly moved the plate towards me as though it was always there.
Oh god, potential GM question.
Yep.
Would Oliviera have heard of anyone, doctors, engineers who deal with the reconstitution of corpses?
No. Absolutely not. Well, there is the... Oh, make me an intelligence.
I feel such dread, and I really hope I'm not on... No.
I have a very similar idea, and
I don't want this.
I am avoiding thinking about it.
What am I rolling?
Make me an intelligence... make me an intelligence occultism roll, please.
No, I don't like it. That's a 15. That's 4 levels of success.
Well, on 4 levels of success, the only thing that you can think of that's similar to that is, of course, the accounts of the supposed events concerning Dr. Victor Frankenstein and his experiments that was written by the quite well-known author and journalist in this instance, Mary Shelley.
Oh, okay.
The series of articles that were labelled and collected as the modern Prometheus.
Okay. So is that something that's accepted as purely science fiction, or could it have practical applications? Has that been questioned, etc., etc.?
That is something she absolutely wrote as an account of something that was true based on eyewitness testimony and letters and diaries that she was able to collect. It is largely disregarded as something that is probably not true, was either delusions of the people who wrote those witness statements or were embellished by Mary Shelley, though she maintained that it was true.
Okay. I have a thing that Oliviera would quite like to do, but I'm happy for it to take a back seat to other things capitalized.
It can come. We'll see where we are after the scene. I say that.
I want to check a morgue, please.
Are you verbalizing any of this, Oliviera?
I think she's just sitting there just going,
She's very, very wide-eyed and slowly going different shades of grey.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but I am going to roll to pick that up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's entirely
100%.
reasonable.
Oh, yeah,
That's entirely
same.
Yeah.
reasonable.
Yeah.
this woman is not subtle. That is
Yeah.
fine.
Two levels of success.
While
Oh.
everyone else is distracted
Mhm.
by this, Edmund notices it as well, but uses that as an excuse to eat the entire sandwich in one go, breaking off a small piece and passing it to Skip.
Yeah, the sandwich just disappears. It's sort of just almost like sleight of
He
hand.
inhales
It's a
the
magic
sandwich.
trick.
So, unfortunately, Nathaniel gets goose egg on his successes. Alice and Tristan, though, you both notice that as this conversation's going on, Oliviera is staring into the middle distance and going slowly and slowly paler, and the slight tinkle of her teacup rattling in its saucer, and she's sort of just staring off into the middle distance with a look of dawning horror.
Dr. Rice, are you well?
Yes, thank you. I have a theory that we should probably test at some point, but I'm happy to do it alone if it is something that would disturb or yes. I think we should check that all is well with the body of the dear deceased husband.
Why would we
He'd been
need to...
interred.
I just call it a theory.
Edmund, you would have noticed something, right?
I mean, nothing jumps out in the recent history.
Out of game, he has not yet been buried, has he? Because we haven't had
No,
a
he
funeral.
has. This was 3 months ago. There was a funeral. He is very.
Oh,
very much
sorry. I
dead.
thought you said we hadn't had the funeral yet.
No. I said that specifically the deacon and that Edmund would have been involved in preparing for the funeral. Like Edmund dug the grave, all of it.
Cool.
Granted,
I'd like to-
it would have been closed casket, so like.
I'd like to visit the grave then, please.
I mean, you'll need to say that in character.
I'd like to visit the grave, I think.
Well, I suppose leave no stone unturned.
Oh, poor choice.
Does
of
that apply to
phrase.
headstones?
Alice, that.
Miss Alice?
Apologies,
Mhm.
that was... I
admire
really
your
meant it as a...
Edmund
but,
looks scandalized.
It was a turn of phrase.
Tristan winks
didn't
at her.
mean
Grave robbery!
that was not what I... No, I just... Please ignore what I just said. Pretend I said something else.
Mrs. Monday sort of sat behind her large sort of broadsheet of penny dreadfuls, and her hands are just slowly curling around it, going.
In any case,
Oh.
we would have to ask Father Sullivan if you want to.
Well, yes, I mean, we can't just go around digging up graves. There is protocol to follow.
Then we follow protocol.
And what pretense would we have for such a thing, though?
I mean,
I'm a doctor.
And I'm a tutor. That doesn't mean that I'm going to dig up children.
Who said anything about children?
No,
I
it's-
assume he
it's
too.
parallel. It's
The deacon just said, like, please,
It just
please.
cease immediately.
Edmund quietly, thank you.
We don't necessarily have to dig him up. Perhaps we could simply see if there has been any change.
Well,
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
so maybe we don't actually have to dig him up as such.
A last resort.
I may be able to help out there.
Thank you.
Yes. Any
Well,
assistance you can provide.
Cool. Not cool. Like, he wouldn't say that. All right.
Very well.
Gnarly. Radical.
Very
Why?
groovy.
Gnarly.
Awesome.
Father,
Sick.
You're not ready for that, but your great grandkids are going to get there.
Oh, dear.
Cool.
Okay.
Father Sullivan would be expecting me to have a chat about the
Well,
condition of.
I mean, we were all there. It would make sense to me for us all to go and talk to Father himself. And while you all have a chat, I can go and have a look at the grave.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay. As you finish your lunch and head out. Oh, sorry. Elliot?
Quick question. Would leaving flowers on graves be a thing in this era or for Catholics? I'm
not a Victorian anthropologist, but I will probably yes. I assumed that it was a thing.
Then if there is any opportunity to do so on the way, Tristan will pick up flowers, or buy some flowers, I mean.
I will say you'll be able to sort of stop by a florist on the route and grab something, certainly. As you're sort of leaving, the Penny Dreadfuls come down going, lovely having you all here. You absolutely must come back.
Blacklisted.
No, opposite. Intrigued beyond belief.
Oh, okay. Damn, okay.
I will just make one quick note. As like when Alice is leaving, I don't know if anyone would pick up on this at all, but she had like I said, she just had a glass of water, did not touch it.
I'm rolling to pick up on that.
One level of success from Tristan.
Yeah, I'll say you can both notice that Alice didn't drink.
Edmund wasn't even clocked into that. He was too busy with eyes as big as saucers looking at the sandwiches.
Do we just have like a full murderer board of things that each of us has noticed about the other?
The red string is coming out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's actually what's behind that curtain there.
Yeah. Like 3 vampires, a werewolf, and Frankenstein will just walk behind you while you're all examining each other for your various different suspicions. You're able to walk back towards the church. For those of you who've not been here before, there is a large sort of painted black sign out the front for Saint Hubert's Church. As you sort of walk through the arch, there is a fairly large plot of graveyard around it. The gardens are very well tended. It's actually a fairly peaceful spot in Whitechapel. As you
For now.
as you go into the church, at the moment there doesn't appear to be anyone visiting at this particular time of day. Father Sullivan appears to be sort of going around and placing new candles where some burned low, making sure that everything is appropriately sort of prepared for his next sermon, all of that. Oh, welcome back. How is Mrs. Markham?
As well as she can be in these circumstances.
And who are our guests? Please, you're welcome. Many friends of Edmund and Nathaniel are very welcome here.
These are the people I've told you about from last week.
Ah,
We have Miss Alice Hawthorne,
She did a little curtsy.
Mr. Tristan Carleon, Edmund, and the good doctor. I'm going to have to look up the names. Oliviera Rice.
just to make all your acquaintances. I've heard a great deal about you from Nathaniel.
Oh, all complimentary, I do hope.
And incredibly, you sound like a very capable group.
Can I just add a small thing,
Certainly.
which is Tristan visibly hesitates when he comes to step foot into the church,
Mhm.
as if he might catch on fire for a second, and is very relieved when he doesn't, and just walks through.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely no negative response to crossing the threshold.
Yeah.
Is that something we would have noticed, or
I
I'd
would
like
say,
to try and
yeah,
notice
you
that,
can, you
please.
can make a
Roll-
perception
roll
notice check
it.
if you wish.
Because
Roll
I
it.
am so sus of you right now.
This is 90% of this campaign is just I want to make a perception notice roll to spot the other characters and just
Perception notice, let's go.
Give me the
PvP
lore.
suspicion.
God damn it.
well.
0.
Alice got 2 successes, Anusha got 2. So Alice, you absolutely notice.
I
got
4
nothing.
levels.
Okay, Nathaniel, yeah, you immediately spot the hesitation, you spot the relief.
I
All of
spot
it.
nothing.
You spot nothing.
At this point,
Nothing.
Edmund is not going into the church. He's at the
Yeah.
back of the group. He is going elsewhere.
Yeah, you're sort
Yeah.
of walking around to sort of look at the graves. Yeah, perfect. So what condition did you find poor Charlotte in? Is she well, Cassie?
Cassie is all right, a little put down by the events, but generally fine. Charlotte is, well, she's under a lot of stress.
I can imagine.
I do at least hope we were able to alleviate some of it.
It was very kind of you to assist. I didn't realize you to be collecting everyone to go, Nathaniel.
We happened upon each other in the street as I was walking towards her.
No. He does work in mysterious ways, doesn't he?
Serendipity is a beautiful thing.
Indeed. But, well, I am glad to hear that she's as well as she can be under the circumstances. Hopefully, I will see her, if not sooner, on Sunday, and I can offer my concerns and compatriotism then.
I offered to return to assist where I can as well.
It may be worth seeing if she would be amenable to someone adding a lock to the window, if not for actual security, then for her own peace of mind.
So, this fellow did attempt to break in then. That isn't merely hyperbole from the papers.
Is it breaking in if you're brought in by the child?
What?
She thinks of him as a friend, so she said. She was going to let him in.
That is concerning.
Which is why I've brought everyone here, Father Sullivan. We have a suspicion, and for that, we have come here to ask something of you, and I do not ask it lightly. Doctor, maybe you could explain.
Olivier has been looking literally everywhere else. She's like, oh. there is the possibility that we may need to examine a grave, with the eventual possibility that we may need to exhume a body, done with all respect, caution, and proper protocol.
On what possible grounds?
Maybe I will be able to see more once I have examined the gravesite. If there is nothing to warrant it, then this goes no further. Also, do you have a bell system in place here?
You don't mean the church bell, you mean the... No, the graves are not marked in such a way.
If you'll excuse me. And Oliviera will be heading out to try and find the grave. At this point.
He will turn towards the deacon. Nathaniel, I sent you to check up on a window and you've brought me a doctor who wishes to dig up a body. Please elaborate.
We found some very strange pieces of information, and aside from waiting at a child's bedroom window, this seemed the only possible way forward to stop someone from going after this child. If it's, God forbid, a friendly face for Claire at her window, and the body has been tampered with. Cassie, sorry. And the body has been tampered with in some way, then I can barely finish the thought.
He'll pluck a watch out from inside his cassock and open it. It's 2 p.m. now. I reckon we have a few more hours of daylight left. I would prefer it, if this is necessary, that it is done without half of Whitechapel seeing.
Edmund is currently just looking at the grave. That is all. He will do so respectfully, and we will go no further.
Did the child say anything else?
Tristan looks at Alice.
She said that he had a shiny face. I can only imagine that's means some sort of metal mask or something to do with the rain, perhaps.
She didn't mention that the creature resembled her father.
No.
No. I will say that Charlotte said that when she saw it, it looked wrong in a way that she couldn't quite pin down.
Nathaniel, I trust your judgment. If you deem this necessary, then it can be undertaken. But ensure it is done with the cover of darkness and with the minimal disruption.
Thank you, Father Solomon.
I do pray you're wrong.
As do I.
Come with me for a moment. He walks back into the nave with you and walks over to one of the shelves of books and slides the books aside, reaches in, and you just hear a spinning of a mechanism, spinning the other way, spinning back, and the sound of a metallic door opening. If if it warrants that much concern, it warrants that. And steps back into his personal living quarters. If you need me, ask. Otherwise, I leave this matter to yours and Edmund's discretion.
Thank you, Father Sullivan.
You can see he thinks about saying something and then steps back and closes the door.
Okay. Nathaniel's going to be here for a while making this decision, so if you want to cut to someone else in the meantime.
I'm going to get to Edmund. So, Edmund, you've headed out into the graves. Are you beelining straight? I'd say you probably have a fairly good mental map of where these sit.
So, can you check what I've sent? Because I need context for what I'm now going to describe. Apologies, everyone.
No problem.
I just want to be checking how close are we sticking to historical accuracy for this particular aspect.
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
That is accurate, unfortunately.
Okay, I'm going to share this. I'm going to read this aloud so that everyone has that context, if that's okay.
Please do.
Okay. By the 1880s, London's poor were buried in churchyards so packed that coffins were stacked like books on a shelf, sometimes 20 feet deep, with the topmost just inches from the surface. When space ran out, all the graves were dug up, bones were scattered, and coffins broken apart, sometimes even sold for firewood. The air was thick with the stench of decay, and graveyard workers risked illness from miasma, the supposed poisonous vapors of rotting bodies. Just for context, that's the area of the church that Edmund is in.
They actually ended up building a specific train line out to an Acropolis outside of the city to deal with the issue.
Ooh.
Just to transport the sheer number of dead that the city were generating.
Oh.
So, we find Edmund meandering through what he knows to be a safe path through all of the graveyards so that his foot does not go into a surface coffin with very thin wood on the top of it. I'm going to artistic license that this particular grave will be towards the top of the pile because it's only 3 months old. He arrives at the grave knowing exactly where he needed to go. And he takes a small device from his pocket and he places it to the handle of the spade and he just gently taps down on the ground. Zanda, can you tell me what he is able to detect with that?
The coffin isn't empty. As you tap on the ground, the device reacts, indicating that the coffin is where it was, and that there is something in it.
Perfect. Excellent, thank you. With that information, I will head back towards the church.
As you head back to the church, in fact, as you reach the side door you're going to come in through, it opens as Oliviera is about to step out.
Oh.
Hello, Doctor.
Hello. You're back sooner than I would have thought.
Oh, I know this place like the back of my hand. So, the particular grave in question, I can confirm that it is not empty. I can't tell you whether it's got something in it or what is in it, but there is definitely a coffin in there, and it has definitely got a mass in that vessel, if you will.
And there's no sign of disturbance or difference from...
Oh no, the ground is looking pretty undisturbed. Again, GM, I'm assuming, based on no change in the grounds. I would have noticed it anyways in the intervening period. In the past, I would have seen it, but no, there's nothing. I can't say nothing.
Well, it was just a theory. Thank you for going with it.
Oh, it's not a problem at all.
the devil, does one tell that there's something inside of something?
Is Tristan present for this?
I'd say if you're at the door of the church and he was behind Olivia, he could
Okay.
conceivably have heard, yeah.
Cool, that's fine.
How would you tell that there was something inside the coffin? Exactly, that's...
I don't want to upset anybody, but I've got mechanisms that make sure I can dig the right places.
You would not be upsetting me.
Well, it's
I am stronger than I look.
tricks
Please,
of the
do
trade.
go on.
Let's just say tricks of the trade.
Fair enough.
That does
does
still
leave
leave the
yes,
possibility
so-
of a. That does still leave the possibility of a person, or a person with a question mark, who is getting unusually close to this child. We will still need to address that.
Do we know if the previous mentions of this particular nefarious character related to children as well? Was it something that they tended? I'm guessing I would need to make an occult knowledge.
You would
roll.
need an intelligence occultism roll for that, yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Am I okay to roll that?
yeah, absolutely.
As I'm saying that out loud, I've then kind of gone quiet and I've gone to my. It's not a mind palace, it's a mind shed, and I'm ruffling through a bunch of tools that may or may not get something.
Mind shanty.
Yeah, I get a 5 with no levels of success whatsoever. Doesn't ring any bells. It was 50 years ago. It was before I was born. Not a monkey's.
I will say Oliviera did get 4 levels of success before, so I will give her recollection on this, that he infamously accosted grown women. He did not show any particular interest in children.
Copycat.
Yeah.
Apologies, Xander, just checking that you've seen my message.
I've not. 1 second.
Cool.
Yes, it does. Your watch needs to be directly held to perform its function.
Cool. Thank you.
Well, that leaves us without that particular lead. Do we have any others?
I mean, is the deacon here?
I'm going to say you could at this point come out, but I'm going to need you to make a decision. Do you take what's in the safe or do you not?
Oh!
Or do you want what's
no.
behind the mystery door?
Here's what you could have won.
It's just a jet ski, just like rolling.
Do you know
The
that if you
water-
open the first box,
the
your probability of winning increases dramatically with the other two?
I'm gonna tell you my reasoning for this. I'm going to take it, but not because Nathaniel wants to, but because he know what Father Sullivan will think if he doesn't take it, and he would rather avoid that than his
Fair
own.
enough.
Interesting.
So you are
Interesting.
able to close the safe and secrete the object about your person.
Yes.
Okay. At that point, I will say you're able to step out in the midst of this conversation, just having wrapped up into the main body of the church.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to be grim. Oh, no. Oh, forgive me, Deacon, for what I'm about to say. So, I'm just saying it. I know that the grave is there. I know the grave is undisturbed. I know that there's something in the coffin itself. I can't say whether it is or is not the particular specific body we believe it should be. It is possible it's not, although it feels like it probably is.
Well, Father Sullivan asked specifically that if we were to do anything with... He's just going to stop there. We would do it under cover of night.
Of course. Not
So-
going to go
Yes.
opening up graves in the middle of the day. Oh, it's not
Yeah.
right.
In the meantime, we have a few hours, right?
This point is like a couple of hours before sunset, yeah.
In the meantime, maybe... Do I know which morgue handled everything leading up to the funeral? Or would Edmund know that?
You'd probably have vague recollection. Yeah, there is a morgue actually on Old Montague Street, not far from where you are, which is where you went to, where you saw the defenestration of Dr. Whitlock a week ago. There is a morgue on there. It's the biggest morgue in Whitechapel at the moment, which would probably have handled the that particular body. Yes.
Maybe we can go ask there before we do anything more here. We have the time.
I'm going to posit that Edmund would have at least know the people in the dead houses.
Yeah.
He would
Edmund would be
have
the
to.
one sort of
Yes.
transporting things. So he's familiar with everyone, and
Well, I mean, I know folks in the dead houses, so yeah, I'm fine kind of having that conversation.
Well, if we've no trail to follow for the man himself, since we cannot cross the rooftops, that may be our best lead.
You say we cannot. You seem pretty adept yourself.
It was beginner's luck. I shall never live that down, will I?
Nope.
I mean, you do have spectacular heels. Oh,
Oh,
God,
thank
if you'll
you.
forgive me, I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
no,
Silas.
not at all.
I
They're
didn't-
lovely boots,
I
aren't
didn't
they?
even realise what I was saying. I am so sorry. Never mind.
It's all right.
You have a
You were talking-
wonderful
He goes-
sense of style, Alice.
He goes
Thank you.
furiously beetroot red, which looks even worse on his pallid complexion.
he's got like the proper like two apple cheeks, and everything else is pale.
Yes.
Alice does like giggle at that, but she's like, "Oh, think nothing of it. Think nothing of it."
Tristan is looking around as if to find someone to say what he's thinking to, which is the equivalent of like, I always forget what normal people consider scandalous. And he looks around at his compatriots and he's like, no, there's...
The person who stood next to you is the deacon, and you just sort of shrivel inside.
Ah, dear.
Okay, so you're heading to the morgue on Old Montague Street.
To the morgue.
Okay.
Yes.
Out of
You-
character, what are we hoping to get from this particular?
If they noticed anything strange, or maybe we can throw some weight around between you
Right.
and Dr. Oliveira.
Yeah.
Rice. Dr. Rice. I keep forgetting just Rice. Yeah, maybe we can get anything.
Okay.
Or if someone took a bribe and he's standing in front of a priest, who knows? Just
I mean, yeah, dead houses were, yeah, they were grim places. Very grim places. Sorry, morgues, for context, morgues in the 1880s were called dead houses. That was their colloquial name, and they were basically one in, one out type holding racks for bodies because death was so frequent in that period of time. So
Yeah.
that just for context for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a happy time, famously, Victorian.
Weirdly not. Yeah.
not to put a gold sticker on something really ugly, but I love it when you do your research, Sean. It's just it tickles me so nicely.
It's great.
I like to make sure it's authentic because
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know that it was pretty flipping grim.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And we're gonna take a lady and a gentleman in there.
I
Isn't
know,
that great?
like, yikes. Okay,
I feel partly
So-
responsible for this.
it's fine.
The Old Montague Street morgue. The stench coming off of this place is repulsive. You're able to sort of head in, and there is wonderfully pallid man with sort of like slightly greasy hair, who is stood at the sort of front yard of this building. Goes, well, Edmund, didn't think we were expecting you today. We don't have anyone for St. Hubert's just yet.
Well, it's one of those things. Just something came up. I thought I would drop in and say hello.
So you know that this man's name is Derek, and he's the person who essentially is the administrates the transfer of corpses in and out.
Okay.
What is it you're looking for?
So what I will point out is that for anyone who cares to pick up on it, you will notice that, and I don't make any hide of it, I'm completely and utterly unfazed by the smell. The closer we've gotten to the dead house, the stronger the smell has become, to the point where it's overpowering. I'm completely unfazed by it. Doesn't bother me in the slightest.
I mean, we'd established that you don't have a sense of smell, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that you kind of rely on our little friend as your nose.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, Nathaniel is also completely unbothered by this.
Oh yeah.
I think at one point.
What's Oliviera's attitude here? I feel like she's...
I'd say Oliviera has been around cadavers before, so the smell in and of itself isn't bothersome. The volume in this specific instance is what's making the difference. It's the difference between smelling cow shit and smelling the spreading of cow shit across fields. It's just the sheer magnitude of it that's causing the issue.
Yeah, and also the association, I guess.
Yeah. So I'm going to say, I'm going to say Tristan and Oliviera, and I think Alice. I'm just going to check something.
-5 to perception because it's so overwhelming.
Oh no, just Tristan and Oliviera. I'm going to need
Alice?
Constitution rolls, not for Alice.
Interesting.
I love it.
Alice is not having to make Constitution roll. How are you responding to the smell, Alice?
She definitely looks like it's a gross smell, and she's like, "Ooh," but she doesn't look like she's gonna throw up or anything.
Is this just straight Constitution? Sorry.
Just straight Constitution. Just click on Constitution.
1 success level for Tristan.
2 success levels for Oliviera.
Both of you can feel like the gall rising in the back of your throat in response to the smell, but you're able to keep your lunches down.
I think at some point Tristan takes his jacket and with one hand covers half his face, and then with the other half you can see him fiddling around with something, and then he takes just a really deep whiff of something and puts it back.
I'd do the thing that I did when we were going to houses with those who were sick, and I put the scarf and tie it around as a kind of makeshift mask.
Yeah. Same.
So this greasy-looking gentleman, Derek. So what is it you're actually looking for?
Well, I mean, there's no easy way to ask this, to be honest with you, Derek. Look, we both know that medical students occasionally will come by looking for a bit of extra practice on a cadaver, or needing to stitch up an hand or practice or something or whatnot. And I know that there's your average volume of that happens. Has that been excessive recently?
I mean, not excessive, no.
Okay. And have you had any new workers or anything that might... Okay, look, I'm not going to beat around the bush. We're trying to work out if somebody's been fiddling with bodies.
Any one body in particular?
Well, maybe, but it's a long shot, so... Do you remember that guy who left behind the missus and the young lady, Cassie?
Oh, yeah.
It was
John.
a few. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a few months ago.
Nah, I've got I've got his paperwork back there. Of course, it couldn't think where it'd be now. Oh,
I
it'd
mean-
be buried somewhere under all of those papers. I'd have to jog my memory as to where it was.
Of course. Give me one moment. He will turn to the collective, eyebrows lifting from his forehead, going, right, who has a penny? Said
Tristan,
very
yeah.
quietly.
Yep.
Oh, Alice is going to whisper back, like, will that help his memory?
Tuppence! Tuppence!
Oh, you
penny
sweet
from-
child.
A penny from each of you.
Oh, are we abandoning all pretense now? Tristan says as he looks at the man.
Can I give a very pointed look at this man?
I have to come back and work with these people, please. They're good people and they don't get paid a lot.
Oh, of course. Whatever I can do to help. She'll
Thank
hand
you.
over a penny.
Yeah,
From
same.
Tristan.
Right.
Same.
Okay.
Zero pretense of subtlety
Yeah,
at this
no,
point. We know. Yeah.
He
And as people are
hands
sort of
over-
walking by, he'll go, "Oh, thank you very much for giving me these pennies for handling the bodies of your loved ones in an appropriate and safe." Okay, follow me.
He hands him all 3 pennies. Time is a significant factor here.
Oh yeah, give me 5 minutes. All I'm hypnotized anyway. And he'll just sort of go back into the office.
I knew it.
No, I do remember this fellow actually because here it is. So he'll hand over what's the death certificate? A death certificate appears to have been installed, and so that should actually have gone to the church. So if you want to take that back with your deacon, you can. But he came pre-chopped. You don't
You
usually
what?
do that, yeah? Or somebody cut him open.
Well, yeah,
Now-
but wow, that's unusual.
Well, yeah, it's usually the other way around. Someone,
Well, yeah.
takes one of them, feels them, give them back, and we then put them in the ground.
Well,
But
yeah.
this one arrived like that. Also, he wasn't all there, and they did say it was an accident at the factory. So I don't know. I think maybe he's pissed the wrong person off. But it's not worth me fucking head, is it?
Oh wow. Oh, all right.
It happens
okay.
more often than you'd think. They say one thing and then the body turns up, and it's like, well, that guy wasn't hit with
Well,
a falling piano or whatever. It's something else.
the number of bodies that we deal with, let's not be funny. There's a lot of them about.
I tell you, one guy came here and they said he died in a fire. You know what? Not a mark on him. Not a mark on him. Well, suppose he was like charred below the waist, but like that wouldn't kill you outright, would it?
Well, no, I mean, something's going to leave a couple of scars, I suppose.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense.
Oh
well. Okay, but this one, this particular body came in with sections already interfered with.
Oh, he just had the openings on. We've seen it with some of the Ripper murders, like when they've come in, when they've had a doctor look at them and they've had the marks on them. They put them back together, but someone's had a look.
At the mention of the Ripper's murders, Edmund completely changes.
Oh,
It's fine.
sorry,
Move on.
no, I'm
It's fine.
sorry.
Move on.
Yeah,
Next. It's fine. It's not related.
No, I am right.
It's fine.
No, but that's
Sir.
all we've got.
I have a
Okay.
question, if I may.
Yes, miss.
She lets it go. Was there anything removed from the gentleman's body?
I don't know. I didn't go digging around in him myself. And he was a bit light, maybe.
Would there be any possibility that Oliviera would be able to look at the paperwork? Is there like a diagram showing like you know how autopsy reports nowadays they have like here's where the cut went, here's like, is there a kind of
You can take a look at the paperwork. There is no autopsy report. There is no indication autopsy was done. There is a death certificate that says death by misadventure and then specifies industrial accident. It is signed by one Dr. Algernon Serris.
Okay. And from the description of what the gentleman's been telling us, there has been a cut, just like as if an operation has been performed.
Yes.
Okay.
And Algernon Serris
Was indeed the doctor
yeah.
that Dr. John Whitlock suspected.
Oh,
In the
God,
Red Dead
yeah.
case.
Not just suspected.
Yeah. Proven at this point. And he was the one who signed this.
It does appear so.
Would we know, has he been, like, taken into
don't like
custody? Is he in Bedlam?
There has been no mention of that in the papers. There has been nothing that the police have been able to tell you.
I don't like this. Okay. Okay. Oliviera now has two theories. She does not mention anything aloud to anyone at this point.
All right then, so you've got that, and yeah, I mean, if you want me to let you know if any others come in and they've been, interfered with, so to speak, I could always keep an eye out. Though, of course, I struggle to keep my eyes open sometimes with such a long day here. You must understand, and the smell.
It's a tough job, and the pay's not great.
It's not, you know what? It's difficult times, and just.
It is. I'll tell you what, if you come across anything, I'm sure we can make it worth your while in the event that something becomes useful. You've got an option to take it or not.
Yeah, all right. I might mention something if I spot anything I think would be of interest to you out of civic responsibility. You understand?
Of course. And of course, being a man of the cloth yourself, it can only do well to stand you in the eyes of the law. Not that I would presume to say as much myself.
Yeah. Yes, of course. Yeah.
Anyway. And yeah, at that point, thank you very much for your time.
No, always a pleasure to see you. You know, just wish that we got to do it, you know, when it wasn't every,
Yeah, it's fine. All right, Derek, well, I will no doubt see you again soon.
See, Edmund, give me the best to the father for me, won't you?
I will do.
On the way out, Tristan will hand him a few more pennies.
Thank you kindly, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Alice isn't going to, but as she passes, she's going to give him her most dazzling smile and say, "I do hope your memory returns to you soon, sir." Bat's eyelashes.
Thank you, miss. I'll keep an eye out for you.
I adore her.
Thank you so much. And then she's going to, she'll go.
Oliviera just takes one last look around the room, slightly unsettled, and leaves in silence. Just a quick curt nod to Derek before she goes. Slight smile, but nothing to betray anything she's thinking.
Okay. And as you will leave and start heading back to the church, are you indeed going to disinter a body, rather?
Exhume.
Exhume.
Before we get there, though, Alice is just going to say, if I may, before we do, if I'm going to be out like this, I ought to let our matron know. Do you mind if we make a quick stop?
Fine by me.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Thank you.
So, you're going to go and... Sorry, there you go.
I was just going to put a pin in something for later, which is we should also consider whether or not it's worth trying to sniff down the good doctor Well, the bad doctor. We have the good doctor.
Okay. So as you've discovered evidence of potential conspiracy, how heading out to exhume a corpse and examine it in detail, and one of you is going away to report back what you found over the day, that is where we will leave episode 3 of Lanterns of London. We'll see all of you in a week. I will see all of you in 15 minutes as we take a break.